Here we go.
Welcome back, guys, and today I want to do something a little different on my channel. Now, some of you may know that the animated film The Killing Joke will be released on DVD and Blu-ray very soon. Now, some of you may not know that they are doing a very limited release of this movie in theaters for one night only. Now, because I am such a huge Batman fan, I really don't have any other option but to go see this movie because this is one of my favorite comic books of all time. But a lot of people haven't read this comic book or don't have the money to go buy it or don't know where to go buy it. So I am here to do a brief summary of that comic. And this really isn't a review, more of a summarization. I do have to warn you though, because this is one of the darkest and most disturbing comic books in Batman's history. So viewer discretion is advised. And so without further ado, I present to you The Killing Joke.
Batman arrives at Arkham Asylum to talk to the Joker. He doesn't require information, he just wants to talk. He tells him, if they keep up this game that they're playing, one of them might end up dead sooner or later. The Joker sits there, unresponsive, and playing with cards. Batman grabs him and asks him if he's listening to him. But when Batman grabs him, he notices the white paint on his hands. The Joker has escaped Arkham Asylum and is currently buying a carnival that will suit his needs for his next evil plan. Batman returns to the Batcave in order to locate the Joker. Alfred confronts him and asks if he is okay, to which he replies in saying that this game that they're playing, it's a never-ending cycle. Batman doesn't understand how two people who know so very little about each other can hate each other so much. One of the reasons this book is as famous as it is because it's one of the only definitive Joker origin stories. It tells the story of a young comedian struggling to pay his bills. He can't provide for his family, and they are barely getting by. But while he is planning a robbery in order to get more money so he can provide for his pregnant wife, she dies. She was testing a baby bottle heater and there was an electrical short that killed her instantly. But unfortunately, he was already too far into the heist. He couldn't back out. If he did, he was threatened that he would soon join his wife. So while currently mourning the death of his wife, he carries out this robbery against his will. So while they are robbing a chemical factory that he used to work at, the police arrive. They open fire on the assailants, injuring them both. It was at this moment that one cries out and says that it was all the infamous Red Hood's idea and they blame the whole thing on the man. But as the police are firing on the robbers, newfound night vigilante Batman steps in to take down who he believes to be the Red Hood. The man retreats from the giant 6-foot bat and slips and falls into water where the chemical plant is dumping waste. These chemicals bleached his skin and turned his hair green. It turned the man who was once a sad, mourning comedian into a ruthless and sadistic killer known as the Joker. Joker wanted to prove something to Batman. He wanted to prove that even the most incorruptible person can go mad after just one bad day. So the Joker picks a man who is so good, so pure, that it will prove to the Batman that no one is incorruptible. So the Joker arrives at Commissioner Gordon's house and knocks on the door. Barbara Gordon opens the door and sees the Joker standing there. He points a gun at her and fires a shot into her stomach. Jim Gordon tries to intervene but is quickly incapacitated by Joker's men. Batman arrives at the hospital where Harvey Bullock greets him. Bullock tells Batman that Barbara was shot through the spine and that she'd never be able to use her legs again. He also tells Batman that she was found with all of her clothes removed. He goes on to tell Batman that they found a lens cap for a camera on the floor, but they didn't find the camera. Batman speaks to Barbara and she says the Joker has taken it too far this time. He's taken it to the limit, and that he said that Commissioner Gordon was at the top of his bill. We cut to Commissioner Gordon, who awakes in a cage. He wakes to carnival freaks removing his clothes and attaching him to a leash. He is then pushed to the ground in front of a throne made of broken baby dolls. Sitting on that throne is the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. Gordon asks, why is he here? Why did the Joker bring him to this place? To which the Joker replies, you're going mad. The carnival freaks place Gordon on a carnival ride where the Joker then shows Gordon pictures of his daughter. He forces Gordon to see what they did to her in an attempt to drive him to insanity. Batman locates the Joker and arrives at the carnival in his Batmobile. The Joker stands at the entrance waiting for him. Batman then says to the Joker what he wanted to say earlier about how sooner or later, one of them is going to end up dead. Batman then leaps onto the Joker in an effort to incapacitate him, but the Joker sprays him with acid and runs away laughing. Batman then gets up, puts a blanket over Gordon, and leaves to confront the Joker. But before he goes, Gordon calls out to him and says that he needs him to bring him in by the book, and how he needs to show him that he will not win. Batman corners the Joker and says that he failed. He says that he just spoke to Gordon and he is perfectly sane, and that ordinary people don't crack because of one bad day. Joker pulls a gun on Batman and shoots, but it only shoots out a flag. Joker then falls to the ground and gives up and asks why Batman won't just kill him. Batman tries to explain that he wants to help the Joker. He wants to rehabilitate him. Joker explains it's too late for that. He says it reminds him of a joke. There are these two guys in the loony bin. One night they decide that they don't like it here anymore and that they are going to escape. So the two men go to the roof and they can see their freedom. It was across a narrow gap between the buildings. The first man jumps across the gap easily. The second guy was scared and he couldn't do it. The first guy says, "I'll shine the flashlight over the beam and you can just walk across it." The second guy says, "What do you think, I'm crazy? You'll turn it off and I'll fall to my death." Batman stares back at the Joker blankly. And he chuckles. He actually laughs at the Joker. And the Joker laughs with him. The two arch enemies stand there, laughing in the rain, until Batman grabs the Joker. The laughter stops, and the rain continues to pour.